The woman deliberately took the newborn baby to the door to catch the wind. Not long after, the baby developed a high fever. The servants were frantic, but the woman remained indifferent, showing no concern at all. This was because the baby was not her own but the illegitimate child of a maid and a eunuch in the household. Half an hour earlier, the maid had secretly swapped the babies while the woman was asleep. When the woman saw this, she didn't stop it. Instead, she allowed the maid to take the child and flee to the countryside, to exact revenge on the maid for her betrayal. The woman poured all her anger onto the fake daughter. She first intentionally let the child catch a cold by exposing her to the wind, making her ill. Then, she staged a scene where she took the child to the mountains to seek a divine doctor's help. She knelt in the snow for a day and night, and finally, the divine doctor agreed to come out of retirement. That night, the story of the woman sacrificing herself to save the girl spread like wildfire throughout the streets and alleys. The common folk praised the woman as a good mother. Meanwhile, the fake daughter grew up with a strict upbringing, following her mother's every word. After 18 years of this rigorous education, the fake daughter became a talented and accomplished young woman. The crown prince, impressed by her fame, requested a marriage decree from the emperor. But not long after the marriage decree was issued, the long-lost maid showed up at the gate with her daughter. She pretended to be visiting the woman, but her real purpose was to see her biological daughter. The fake daughter, learning that the maid had been her mother's close friend, greeted her warmly, but when she saw her mother's cold gaze, she quietly stepped back. Seeing how scared her biological daughter was of the woman, the maid unleashed all her resentment on the girl. She intentionally beat the girl harshly in front of the woman. The girl screamed in pain, but the woman didn't react at all. The more indifferent the woman became, the angrier the maid grew. As the girl was about to be beaten to death, the prime minister suddenly arrived. The prime minister, known for his kindness, would never allow a maid to commit such violence in his house. Moreover, with the fake daughter's wedding tomorrow, this would tarnish the prime minister's reputation if word got out. The prime minister tried to drive the maid out of the house, but the maid suddenly took out a golden hairpin. She said she had come to celebrate the fake daughter's wedding and presented the hairpin as a gift. The hairpin was valuable, and the maid had been saving up for 18 years to present it on the day of the fake daughter's wedding. Meanwhile, her biological daughter, who had been raised in rags, begged her mother for a new dress to avoid embarrassing the fake daughter on her big day. Hearing this, the maid's fury flared up again. She scolded her daughter, saying she wouldn't even buy her a bun for the dog, let alone a dress. In front of everyone, she ripped off her daughter's outer clothing, humiliating her in public. The prime minister, unable to watch any longer, grabbed the maid, threw her to the ground, and instructed the fake daughter to find her daughter a new outfit. As they were about to part ways, the maid told the fake daughter that on her return visit, she would have a great surprise for her. After bowing to the prime minister, she left the house. The day of the fake daughter's return arrived, and she returned to the prime minister's mansion, dressed in the radiant robes of the crown prince's consort. She was the center of attention, and everyone greeted her with respect. But just as the celebrations were underway, the maid arrived once more, this time bringing her daughter with her.